So boys and girls, in this video we're going to be speaking about why you don't have an offer problem. You have an attention problem and a trust problem. Okay, so I'm going to be looking up here because my computer's up here now. Stop thinking people will not buy from you just because you have an offer problem. You don't have an offer problem, you have an attention and a trust problem. Okay, you need to realize there's only two things you really need to sell something online, and that's attention. Because if you have no attention onto your offer, no one's going to buy from you. You're going to have no one to pitch your offer to if you don't have attention onto it. The second thing you need is trust. Okay, so if you have attention on your offer, but you have no one trusts you, no one's actually going to buy from you. Okay, so those are the two things that you need: attention and trust. Okay, everyone seems to overcomplicate everything, and that's the one thing which is not going to help you grow your business. Overcomplicating everything. Simple scales and fancy fails. Okay, so anyway, let's get onto those two things in more detail. Okay, again, the two things you need is attention and trust. Simple. Okay, so if you don't have attention onto your offer, well, you won't have anyone to pitch your offer to, which means no one will know about your offer and your expertise, which means you won't make any money, which means your business won't grow. Okay, so you definitely need attention. But how the fuck do we actually get attention? Well, how the fuck do we actually get attention onto our offer and onto our business? Well, it's actually quite simple to get a lot of attention nowadays. You don't need to go out handing leaflets everywhere. That you don't need to do that anymore. Okay, all you need to do is literally post on social media, and this will get you hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of new eyes onto you, your offer and your business daily. Okay, yes, this is simple and it's not easy. Of course, it takes a lot of time, but everything good in life takes a lot of time. Okay, but you can get around all these trials and tribulations following these frameworks. And I'm not saying if you follow these frameworks it's going to happen like that. Okay, it takes time. You need to post. Repetition is key to learn anything. Okay, so you need to make sure your content messaging is dialed. And so for the people who don't know what that means, it means when someone comes onto your page, when a prospect comes onto your page, they know exactly if your content is meant for them or not. Okay, so if what they're watching is meant to help them or it's meant to help someone else. Okay, so you need to create content around these 5 pillars: who you serve, what you actually do, your unique mechanism. So basically your unique mechanism is your process, but it's your process, how it differs from your competitor's process to actually get clients results. For example, my process is called the Content Magnify Funnel, and you just have to put a name on it, but it has to be a different kind of process. So my process is organically short form content leads to long form content, long form leads to VSL, and if they don't convert from the VSL, they go to a free community. If they do convert, well, it's a conversion, but they get retargeted by short form content, long form content until they do buy, and a community as well. So that's my process, and it's different from everyone else's process, and you just need to put a unique name onto your process because it's probably different. You probably have a different process to actually get clients results, and you also need to create content around clients results so people know you know your shit, and also your expertise, which is value. And I recommend most of the time literally just posting valuable content 70% of the time, which we'll go through right now, but it's the most important thing because it builds up trust. Yeah, you need to create valuable content 70% of the time. Okay, that's what I would recommend because it builds up that first layer of trust. It doesn't fully build trust, it intrigues people for more, but you should also follow this content framework, which is 70% of the time post valuable content, 20% of the time ask for something in return. And people get me wrong when I say this. I mean, when I say ask for something in return, I don't mean ask them, oh, book a call, buy from me straight away. That's not how it works. You should never do that. Okay, well, you can do that within your longer form content. I'll talk about that later, but within your short form content, you should never ask for like something big. All I mean is ask for the follow, or ask them to comment or DM you something for you to give them something more valuable in return. So for example, what I would do is set up ManyChat, and ManyChat is an automation platform. So whenever someone comments the keyword, it sends them an automatic message with the free training. So for example, mine would be like comment the word magnify, and I'll send you over a free training. And whenever someone comments the word magnify on that post, they get a DM straight away from the automation with the free training that I'm talking about. So this can just be a really valuable YouTube video that you've posted or you're about to post. Just you can then post that on your story or within your short form content. Be like, yo, comment the word magnify, or on your story comment the word magnify. When they reply, it will send them it. So that's what I mean by asking for something in return. Don't ask them to buy from you. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, okay? If you ask someone to buy from you, they're definitely not going to buy from you, okay? Because you need to realise you need to actually help your client, okay? You can't just say buy from me so you get the money. You need to actually help the client get to their desired outcome. And 10% of the time you should be trying to go viral. And this is just to get more attention onto your offer, you and your business, okay? And when I mean going viral, you should be controversial. That's what I found out by testing a ton of content. The ones that go the most viral is definitely controversial content, like saying your unpopular opinions, saying what most people wouldn't say. For example, the other day on my old TikTok account, I started posting on it again. And I posted about, if you go clubbing, you're a bum. And loads of people started commenting. But that's because controversial content does very well, because it gets comments, and comments is engagement, and when you get engagement, your posts get pushed out to more people. So the only thing you need to really focus on with content is engagement and watch time. That's all that really matters. So if you follow these frameworks, I guarantee you will get the attention you deserve onto you, your offer, and your business. But you have attention, that's amazing, but you need something more than that to make money. You need trust, okay? It's known that your prospect is actually a known study. Your prospect has to watch 7 hours of your content to build up trust. And if you post 30 pieces of short form content a month, just work that out, okay? If you do the number, it comes out to 15 minutes out of 7 hours of watch time. It just doesn't build up trust, okay? That's why I suggest leading everyone from short form to longer form videos, okay? You can get in the nitty-gritty details with your long form content, and the trust hours will build up quicker from your long form content. So let's just say you post 20-minute videos a week plus the short form content every month. That's going to add up quite a bit, okay? And I'm not saying that no one's going to convert from just 2-3 hours of your content. They may well do, but I'm saying majority of people watching your content need to get at least 7 hours of value for them to actually convert into a paying client, okay? So in my opinion, in 2024, I think raw and authentic content on YouTube is going to be the move, okay? So especially with longer form, I think the flashy edits for short form are amazing to get attention, but not to build trust. But when you lead everyone to your longer form videos, they should be raw and authentic, because being you is what actually builds the trust layer, because you're being a human being. They relate to you, okay? So that's what's actually going to build up trust. When you have a connection with someone, there's a trust layer between you two, okay? Even friends, relationships, everything like that, there's a trust layer between you two. And when you have trust, and when you have a connection, you have someone's trust. And remember, trust is the number one thing you need to sell somebody something. So I would suggest posting these types of videos on YouTube, okay? Step-by-step processes, in detail client case studies. So going through a client win of yours, where they were before they joined your company, where they were after, okay? Also day in the life video just builds up a bit of trust, and it shows you're human, okay? It shows what you're actually doing within your day, and people because you need to realize as well, most people are on social media to be entertained. They don't want to be learning, but they do want to learn, but in an entertaining way. That's how they're going to stay on your videos longer, if it's entertaining. So day in a life is quite entertaining, but it's also giving them value because it's showing what you're actually doing. And of course, as I said, raw and authentic content. And what I mean by raw and authentic is ideas that just pop into your head. So let's just say you're doing a deep work session or something like that, and an idea pops into your head. after that session, just literally set up a camera like I'm doing right now and just record the video that you thought of. Okay, that's raw and authentic. And I would suggest posting once a week, and you can follow each framework each week. Just change the content idea up. So let's just say 1 week you post step-by-step processes, 1 week you post in detail client case study, 1 week you post a day in the life, and 1 week you post a raw and authentic content. And then you can follow that each week, but change up the idea, okay, but still use the frameworks. YouTube will definitely build up trust hours, but you need something a little more to convince them that your process is the process they need to get from point A to point B, which is their desired outcome. And this is why I also suggest to lead everyone to a video sales letter. So a video sales letter is basically a video convincing your prospect that your process is the best process and the process they need to get from point A to point B, okay? You shouldn't position it as a video sales letter though. You should be positioning it as a free training. But of course, don't go back on your word. Give them a load of value, deliver on that promise. Like, give them a load of value within that training. But just use subtle things to convince them that your process is the best process. For example, once you introduce what you're speaking about, after that you can show case studies and then go through your whole process, go through the old process, why it doesn't work, go through your process and position it as the best problem solver. You need to make them problem aware though, so you need to make sure they know they have a problem, and then you have to rub salt in the wounds of that problem so they know if they don't solve that problem now, it's going to be a problem, okay? And that's when they're going to invest in whatever you sell, okay? And all you're going to do at the end is literally just ask them, book a call if you're interested, if you want this implemented for you. And I see a lot of people go wrong here. They beg for the call and you shouldn't do that, okay? Yes, you can add a little scarcity. For example, we're only taking on 3 more clients this month. And people are going to think, damn, I only have a bit of time to join and get these kind of results. So scarcity is good, but you shouldn't beg them. You shouldn't be like, please book a call, please book a call. Just don't be like that, okay? But if you use scarcity within this video sales letter, it's going to make sure they actually join, because you're only taking on 3 more clients. But again, just don't beg them. Give them a choice to either do it or not do it. And if they don't buy from you after that, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. You will literally just retarget them with short form content, Instagram stories, long form content, and even your free community that I really recommend you starting on School or something like that. I definitely suggest you starting a free community, and this is all this is going to do is just get everyone into a community, and you can give away more value and warm the prospect up even more. But if they don't convert straight away from the video sales letter, you can have a link within that video sales letter saying join the free community. If they're not ready, they'll join it. If they are ready, they'll book a call. All you're going to do is post free trainings within that community, and you can just give away stuff that you don't want everyone to see, which you only want warmer prospects to actually see, to more likely get them to convert, okay? And yeah, if they don't convert straight away, as I said, you're going to retarget them with short form content, long form content, Instagram stories, the community, and eventually, once they build up those trust hours and once they really get some value from you, they're gonna buy from you. It's inevitable, okay? So remember, the only 2 things you need to sell something online is attention, otherwise you won't be able to pitch anyone on your offer, and trust, because if you don't have trust, no one will want to buy what you pitch, okay? So those are the only 2 things. Obviously, it's more complicated than that. You have to have an amazing offer. Well, nowadays you don't really need an amazing offer if you have a personal brand. But yeah, those are the only 2 things you really need. And yeah, I hope you got some value from this video. Thanks guys for watching. Peace.